What happened at the 1980 Moscow Olympics opening ceremony? Have you ever wondered what made the 1980 Moscow Olympics opening ceremony so memorable? Let's take a closer look at this fascinating event. The ceremony took place on July 19, 1980, at the Central Lenin Stadium in Moscow, which is also known as Luzhniki Stadium. It kicked off at 16:00 Moscow time and was graced by notable figures, including Soviet leader Leonid Brezhnev and the president of the International Olympic Committee, Lord Kilinin. This ceremony marked a turning point in the history of Olympic opening ceremonies. It combined traditional elements with a large-scale cultural and artistic show. This change was influenced by a 1969 amendment to the Olympic Charter, which encouraged host nations to highlight their culture during the ceremonies. Unlike previous ceremonies that were mostly formal, the Moscow ceremony introduced an artistic program that set a new standard for future games. The event began with the Parade of Nations, featuring athletes from 80 countries. Notably, 24 African nations that had boycotted the previous games in Montreal participated this time. Despite a boycott by over 60 countries, many athletes competed under the Olympic flag. Italy had the largest number of neutral athletes in attendance. After the parade, the Olympic flag was carried into the stadium by masters of sport athletes. This symbolized the spirit of the Games. The Olympic flame was brought in by Viktor Saneyev, a track and field athlete and three-time Olympic champion. He passed the flame to basketball player Sergei Belov, who then lit the Olympic cauldron, officially igniting the Olympic flame. Gymnast Nikolai Andrianov took the Olympic oath on behalf of all athletes, promising fair competition and sportsmanship. This was followed by the judge's oath, taken by international referee Alexander Medved, who committed to impartiality and adherence to the rules. The official part of the ceremony concluded with the Soviet national anthem. Then, the artistic and cultural program began, featuring over 16,000 performers. This segment included gymnastic displays and choreographed sequences. One of the highlights was the releases of thousands of peons into the sky, accompanied by the music of Ode to Sport, composed specifically for the event by Eduard Artemiev. A unique aspect of the ceremony was the participation of thousands of athletes and volunteers holding colorful flags in the stands. They created 174 large mosaic images representing Soviet culture and Olympic themes. Children dressed in ancient costumes and chariots contributed to the pageantry, emphasizing a connection to history and tradition. Mishka the Bear, the official mascot of the Moscow Olympics, was introduced and became a memorable symbol of the Games. Leonid Brezhnev declared the Games officially open, and the ceremony concluded with a grand display of Soviet cultural pride and Olympic spirit. The 1980 Moscow opening ceremony left a lasting impact on how future Olympic ceremonies were designed and executed, recognized for its scale and artistic ambition.